Put your name up there for anybody that doesn't know you, even though they've seen you around everywhere. He plays this weird little music beforehand. You already got it?
We're rolling.
See, he slips it in there because he knows I hate it, and then I get to look at him and make fun of it.
Well, I've had to look at myself on that TV for
I hope
about
that you
10
sit
minutes
there and keep looking, because you'll be sitting there just going, do I look okay? Do I look okay?
No. Well, I never look okay, so I don't have to worry about that.
All right, you've got Shop with the Cop coming up.
Yes, December 14th.
What is Shop with the Cop?
All right, so me and Matt Schlosser, who is one of our reserve officers now, and he works for the co-op. We started it. This will be our 11th year, and basically we have kids picked for us in the community that are in need and that maybe won't get a Christmas, and we take them to Chick-fil-A. Then we run to Walmart. They're one-on-one with an officer. We stick a child with a police officer. They take them shopping. We spend, depending how much we raise. You know, it used to be we spent $250, $300. Well, you know, that doesn't get you very far anymore. Now we're spending $500, $600, $700 on these kids sometimes, depending on how much money we raise. And they get like a good positive experience with the police officer. You know, a lot of these kids, you know, now there's Brooks Place chooses a lot of them. You know, the Child Advocacy Center.
Okay, that's going to be my question: is how does that process start?
We used the schools for a while, and we just decided to go a different route with it. You know, Brooks Place. First of all, it just doesn't cover the city; it covers the city and the county.
Yep.
And a lot of these kids have had negative experiences with police officers. I mean, you know, a lot of them are victims of physical or sexual abuse. I mean, let's face it. So we let them choose a majority, but then I have people start coming to me in June wanting to get their kids involved. You know, I have a father right now, he's on dialysis, can't work. Told his mom, he's like, you know, I don't feel like much of a dad if I can't provide Christmas for my kids. So, man, I'm like, yeah, let's take them on. So we've got 12 lined up right now, and so we cut off right there until we raise more money, and then depending on how much money we raise, we'll add more on. But it's just a good experience, a good police officer child experience. You know, we don't let the parents come.
Do the kids ever get like real picky?
I tell you, we took. Let me tell you, we had 9 kids from Micronesia.
Huh?
They lived here.
Really?
They're from Micronesia, and they were just used to not having anything.
Oh, so anything's good.
And we took every one of them one year, and man, we were just like, just put it in the cart, because they were like pick stuff up and they just put it back down because they were just.
Yeah.
And we're like running out of time. We're like, you know, you've only spent $200. You have $400 just. And so we were just helping them throw stuff in the cart so they would take stuff home. But they were just, you know, they were used to just not having that stuff, and they didn't need it.
That's great.
So, you know, they were very grateful though.
What's the ages?
All right, so if we take one kid and he has 2 siblings, we're gonna take them all. The thing is, if they're in a car seat, we don't let them come in and actually shop with us. We don't want to transport them because the kids get to ride with the police officer to the store.
Yep.
We don't want to transport just for liability reasons, but we will let the mom or father or whoever make a list of stuff that they need or want, and we'll buy for them and then give it to them so they can give it to them. So anywhere from, you know, school, kindergarten, all the way up through, we've had high schoolers before. And
Really?
Oh yeah, a lot of the high schoolers sometimes, you know, they don't want to go to Walmart. Sometimes, you know, especially if you have a girl, they want to go to Belk and get some clothes or something. So, you know, we'll get one of our wives and our daughters to say, hey, run down to Belk and just, you know, go buy her some clothes, or, you know, take her to TJ Maxx and let her buy her some stuff. And same with boys. They'll be like, you know, can I go to Hibbett's and get some nice tennis shoes? And so we'll take them over to Hibbett's, give them some nice tennis shoes.
So it's not predetermined. It's not just you have to go to this store. I mean, you get free for all.
We use Walmart South. David Roberts, the manager at Walmart South, man, he has been good as gold to us. Anytime we need something, he's been right on the spot. And so we do use Walmart South, but if a kid wants something that they don't have, we'll go get it for them.
You go somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll go get it for them.
You shop online?
We will if we have to.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'll do whatever we need, you know, as long as we stay within our budget. Now, listen, every year I can count on 2 or 3 guys they're going to spend $100 more than they were supposed to spend.
What do you mean? Like in the moment, they just start, that heart starts?
Yeah. Heart. And I know one guy told me, last year, he said he just paid the difference. And I'm like, don't do that, and which I did. I went over last year by, I don't know, $100-something. I just had to go deposit the money in the account myself.
You can't help it, can you?
But we had a mom last year. She gets her grandkids on a safety plan. Well, if anybody's familiar with a safety plan, that means they were taken from their parents from DHR and placed in somebody's house. Well, you don't get any money for that. And she's an old lady. She's on a fixed income. Now she's got 3 kids to take care of. And she's like, I was like, hey, is there something you need? And she's like, well, I could use this, and we could use some hygiene products and some groceries. And man, we loaded her car full of stuff. And that's what ended up putting us over, but it was well worth it.
That's one of those you don't mind spending a couple hundred extra.
Hey, I'm telling you, this is the easiest money I raise every year. I mean, people.
Sure, that's a good
cause.
And
every bit of it stays in Coleman. We don't go outside Coleman County.
Good.
Yeah.
It's one of those you hear shop with a cop, you think, oh, that's a pretty good idea. But if people got to go and see these kids' faces that don't have a whole lot of anything, actually get to go pick out what they want for Christmas, I mean, that's got to be something that'll pull at your heartstrings quickly.
Oh, man, it does. It does. And you feel bad, like, you have kids wearing hand-me-down clothes that are way too big for them. And we make them buy like $50, $60 worth of clothes, too.
Kind of necessity stuff, socks,
I mean,
underwear.
You have to buy some clothes. And the parents, a lot of times, because we have them fill out these forms, a lot of times they're like, hey, they need a jacket, or they need some pants, or they need, and so we're like, hey, your mom says you need this, so you have to get this. So, but it's funny because my kid, I make my kids go every year, and my kids are so spoiled,
right.
They don't know anything. So we have this little girl, and they're talking to her, and they're like, have you seen this movie? She's like, well, no, I've never really been to the movies, and when my son, he goes, well, it's on Peacock too. You can watch it on Peacock. And I'm like, son, if she's not going to the movies, if she can't afford to go, they're not paying for a subscription. Do you not understand that? And he goes, oh, I didn't think about that. And I'm like, yes, because y'all are spoiled. But it's good for him to see that. My dad started me doing this when I was just a kid, up in Michigan. So that's kind of where that's where he kind of guided me toward doing all this kind of stuff.
And you saying that, we don't realize just little things like going to the movies. Little things that people just a lot of times don't have the ability to do. And then when you hear that, it just kind of sets you back and you think, we can do a lot more to help other people.
Yeah.
And y'all do a wonderful job. I mean, you don't just do shop with a cop. The trunk or treat, you just had it.
5,000 people. I said, in fact, that thing ends at 8 o'clock. Our last trunk or treater coming through at 9:10. 66,000 pieces of candy we're giving out.
That's a lot.
I mean, look, and I'm a nervous wreck the whole time. I'm thinking, we're gonna run out of candy. We're gonna run out of candy. Everybody's like, get away from the candy. Go in there and take a break. Because I get, because I'm thinking, this thing fails, it's on me. The golf tournament, I was running around like crazy, and David said to me, he's like, hey man, chill out, it's fine, it's going great. And I'm like, is it? Because it doesn't seem like it, but everybody's like, no, it's fantastic.
Because you get to hear all the problems. Everybody else is having a great time. You're the only one that knows that things might not be going how you want them to go.
Yeah. And, if it fails, say, hey, it's Adam's fault. So
yeah. Do you tell them, hey,
we're going to blame
going
you anyway.
That's
so don't
right.
worry about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know.
It's going good because of all that anxiety you have, right?
I guess. Yeah.
All right, go back to Shop with a Cop. Anybody that's watching, how can they donate?
They can mail a check to the Coleman Police Department, 601 2nd Avenue Northeast, Coleman 35055. Or they can come by the police department anytime between 8 and 4 and donate. Or they can go probably to Premier Bank and just tell them they want to deposit the money in the Coleman PD Shop with a Cop account.
And you don't care what they deposit.
I don't care.
No minimum,
$5,
maximum.
$2, whatever. I just had somebody write us a check for $50. Man, we'll take anything we can get. Yeah, and because like I said, more money I raise, I can start adding kids. The hardest thing when we first started doing this was having to tell people no. I'm sorry, I just can't take on anymore. Now it's getting easier because like I said, I'll start getting hit up in June. People will call on December 10th and say, hey, I need to get my kid in a Shop with a Cop. I'm like, it's in 4 days. I'm sorry, buddy. You can't wait till December 10th to try to get your kid into a program that's happening in 4 days.
How much planning do you do for it?
Well, I tell you, because of Rock the South and Trunk or Treat and all that stuff's back to back to back, I don't start until the day after Trunk or Treat is when I start Shop with a Cop. In fact, the day after Trunk or Treat, I made my first phone call. Garrison Gives Hope is great every year. They're Johnny on the spot, and that was my first phone call. She said, "I've been waiting on your phone call." I said, "Well, I had to get through Trunk or Treat first because, it's a long process in itself." And Rock the South, we're doing food orders and planning for 3 months, 4 months.
Rock the South. Now, for all those that don't know, this is what you do. You put together all of this stuff. What's your official title?
I'm the community relations officer.
So you are the PR guy, period.
Yeah, I'm the PR guy. Yeah, if public relations officer, community relations officer, yeah.
If the police department has anything in the community, you're heading it up.
Yeah, or as I tell everybody, in-house chef and party planner. Because I cook, I cook all the meals, and I plan all.
You're at the grill and everything.
Oh yeah. We cook 1,000 meals for Rock South.
You've been pretty quiet, by the way.
Been trying to. Hey, I'm interested. This is good stuff.
Are you still ill?
I'm a little bit ill.
Well,
it's rainy.
Pep up. We're having a great conversation.
Somebody would have brought me coffee today. I might would have.
Well, I got a little bit left in this cup if you want some.
What flavor is that?
Oh man, I'm a bland drinker. Black coffee, unsweet tea, and water. That's all I drink.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Black coffee is the way to go. Even though the last time I came in here, I had some frou thing.
I don't like the frou.
Delicious.
It was. What was it? What'd you call it? A peppermint caramel chocolate, white chocolate,
I've never
vanilla.
had anything peppermint in my life. See, now this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You embellish things just because you're ill. Don't take it out on us. You should be a joy, a ray of sunshine like myself.
That's what. That's what I'm bringing into this is just pure joy.
People are going to sit there and look and go, why is he just sitting there scowling the whole time? Sorry, Adam. I'm sorry that you have to deal with this.
Man, well, no, I was dealing with it 10 minutes before you got here.
That's it. He was doing pretty good with it though. He's a nice, polite guy.
So,
excuse me.
My daughter said when I retire, she goes, "Let's open a food truck." I'm like, I don't want to retire and do more work than I'm doing now. I mean,
people don't realize how much work goes into that.
Well, plus food trucks, you're working at all hours of the night. When I want to be at home in the bed, I'm like an old man. I go to bed 8:30, 9 o'clock every night.
And it's one of those. If you're not there, it's not making money.
Oh, you're right. You can't sit idle.
No. And it's one of those, you can't just send someone else out to do it because your quality is not going to be there. They don't care near as much as you do. You've got to be there for it to be successful. And that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
And it's based on volume. It's not like you're making a fortune every time you hand out a plate.
You're correct.
I feel like you would run a good food truck. Like, what would you serve if you had one?
I would run a phenomenal food truck, but I just don't want to do.
What would you serve? What would be your thing?
Depends, man. Hey, I might have a different menu every day of the week. Let's spice it up.
Philly cheesesteak?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. That, you have to, a good smash burger.
You got to shave your own ribeye, though, if you're going to do Philly cheesesteaks.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you got to shave.
No, you don't buy this.
Steakums.
No. Have you ever had a real homemade Philly cheesesteak?
No.
Where you slice the ribeye just as thin as you can possibly get it?
No. Is it good?
Yes.
Well, next time you're cooking, you just let me know.
Get that whole ribeye nice and cold, but throw it in the freezer if you got to, and
slice it up.
Slice it.
You do them too, Adam?
Do what?
You do those too? The Philly cheese?
Oh, yeah. I do all the cooking in my house.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually went to culinary school for a couple of years.
Really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, while I was working at the police department and driving to Birmingham every day, going to culinary school.
All right, now we're getting on something I want to talk. All right. Did you get in there where they really started telling you about flavors blending well with each other? And
yeah, I tell you, the first 3 or 4 months, oh my gosh, it's the worst.
What do you mean?
You just cut vegetables and
you're chopping onions all day.
Cut and cut.
Are they honing your knife skills, or are they trying to weed you out?
Your knife skills, your all your different cuts, your juliennes, your dices, your tornado potatoes, and then you cut and cut and cut and cut, and then you learn all the mother sauces, and then
what's that?
So
You have like
what?
bechamels.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Did you just hear this?
Did you say bechamel?
No. Yes. That's what I said.
No, what did you say?
That is what
No,
I
what did you say? No, what did he
Go
say?
ahead
I
and
got to know
repeat
what he
it.
said.
You. See, we don't have on the headphones, so you can get by with that crap. But I'm sitting
I
close
could
enough
just
to
slip
you.
it in there.
Look, we are a very mature show.
We're gonna
and
cut
you- back.
back on. I might have
You-
crossed the line there, Adam.
Anyways, there's like 7 mother sauce. I can't even remember all of them. Now I'm really good at chicken nuggets and French fries now. That I've had all my kids and grandkids and
Well, that's good to see that your culinary
my
experience
culinary
really paid off.
skills downhill. Yeah.
How far did you make it? Did you say 2 years?
Yeah, I went 2 years, and then I got hired on full time on the road, and so I left. And my dad was like, because I'm 4th generation police officer, and he did not want me to be a police officer.
Oh, he
And
didn't. He was against it.
No. When I got the job at the jail, he was like,
Did y'all fight about it, or was he just
"No,
like?
he didn't. We didn't fight about
yeah.
it. I mean, he accepted it, and he's proud of me now. But he wanted me as far away from it as he could be. So
Hold on, I want to go back to the jail, but I'm not done with you in this culinary experience.
Okay.
Did you want to be a chef?
I did. I really wanted to be a chef. Yeah.
Did you want to be a chef somewhere, or do you want to start your own restaurant?
Well, you kind of got to be a chef somewhere before you start your own restaurant. You really need. I tell you, the best thing is to apprentice under somebody more than go to culinary school. It's just to go work in a restaurant, start as a peon, and work your way up, and apprentice under like a good, Michelin star chef. That's the way to go.
But is that are kitchens like you see on the movies? Are they as nasty, not as vulgar as what they appear to be?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, everybody has a bad mouth. Are you talking about the
I'm talking
mouths
about
on people?
hollering,
yelling at
screaming,
each other,
No,
and
just putting everybody down, throwing stuff.
Well, no, not everybody's like that. Especially if you have a good cohesive group that works together good and that are very good chefs. It's not like that. And I don't. I think Gordon Ramsay puts on a big show a lot of times.
you think it's a show? It's not that bad.
I think it's a big. I think it's a big
He's
show.
he's a charitable guy. If you watch any videos of him, he seems like a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I
even though he
think-
cusses like a sailor and
It's all for
stops
show,
just
right?
short of
Is
punching
it-
people in the face in the kitchen.
yeah.
Yeah. So
what do
that's
you-
not what's going on in the food truck with y'all.
Yeah. We have.
Are you the
mouths.
chef or are you the sous chef?
Well, I'm a little bit of both. We take turns. We rotate. Like, hey, it's your turn on the grill because man, that grill gets hot. When somebody gets turned over here by the air conditioners, and then this
Wait a minute. We didn't imagine. What are you cooking?
First day they get like we make these Japanese barbecue sauce grilled chicken sandwiches, and then the next
Oh.
day they come in, they just get like hamburgers and hot dogs and chips, and then for dinner they get like grilled chicken, green beans with bacon, Cajun boiled potatoes, rolls.
So you're making. You're not just. It's not just a hamburger, hot dog.
Oh,
and that's it.
no. Next day they come in, they get ribeye steak sandwiches.
Ooh.
And then that evening they get barbecue ribs, potato salad, beans.
Wait a minute, how are you cooking
corn.
ribs in that?
Well, we have smokers too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so y'all got a whole operation.
Man, we got it down. Well, every year we try to add another piece of equipment. So
Are you doing dry rub ribs or are you doing sauce on the ribs?
we did. Chuck Scheichel did them this year. He and we just kind of handed them out sporadically. They weren't like for a full meal, but he did a dry rub and he put spicy teriyaki on them, glaze on them.
Spicy teriyaki.
Oh man, it's great. Kinder's makes it. Jack
Kinder's
Pate-
has some good sauces.
Yeah, they are.
Their
They're
spicy
good.
teriyaki is great
I
on
don't
ribs.
guess I've ever even seen it.
Man, it gets it's sugary, so it caramelizes real good
yeah.
on them ribs. Oh man,
Jacob, do
put
you
it on there.
smoke stuff? Do you smoke meats?
Oh yeah.
Just
I'm
put
not.
it-
I'm not good at smoking stuff.
Really?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not the
you
best.
just all you do is stick it in there and wait.
That's not. See,
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all
nah,
there is to it.
yeah.
He's one of those. Everybody can do
I don't
that.
it
think-
in.
Have you ever smoked anything?
Oh yeah. You put
I'm
it
just
in,
wondering, yeah.
flavor it, put it in, and you wait.
What's
right?
that show on Netflix? It's the barbecue.
Barbecue King or something. What is that?
It's the one where they have that competition.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't
see some
know.
of
I
those
can't watch
people.
anything now. My wife watches stupid Christmas movies all the time. I just watch.
Have you been watching Hot Frosty? Have y'all seen that one?
No,
What
I
did you
watch
just-
football on my phone.
I don't know what you've been watching,
It's
but we don't
so
watch that.
Some new Netflix movie where the snowman turns into like some kind of male model looking.
Oh, really? So tell us more about this
Yeah,
show
I
you've
know,
been
I
watching.
don't-
I haven't
Michael?
seen it.
I've
but
never
I feel
seen
like,
these male models.
I've never seen it, even though I can tell you who's the
I feel
snowman.
like it's
and
gonna be. We're gonna be watching it soon. So
I don't feel like I'll be watching it.
I don't know who this Wii stuff is.
yeah, my wife, she'll get that remote and we'll be watching it.
I stick my AirPods in and turn on sports, some kind of sporting event or something on my phone.
Yeah.
So we're talking Hallmark Christmas movies.
Her and my daughter, that they love. I got this brand new TV. I bet I've watched that thing one time because they watch Christmas movies nonstop.
Like we're talking in the summertime?
Oh man, they start in like June or July.
What? No way.
Yeah, because they have Christmas in July. Oh, but they watch them all the time.
Oh man.
Oh, it drives me insane.
Are any now we all make fun. Are any of them any good?
They're all the same.
Okay.
Somebody's liking them.
I left one.
Well, yeah, he's sitting there telling you that they watch them all the time.
Look,
so,
I
mean,
left for
that's-
an hour one day. I come back and it was like the end of the movie. I said, "Let me guess, them two got together, right?" She said, "Shut up." And I was like, "Well, that's what happens in every movie."
There is one of them I'd just like for the guy about I'm good and just
Yeah,
walk
no,
away.
I really don't like
Destroy
you. I'm leaving. You
everyone's
get out of there.
feelings.
Yeah.
Say the guy could be the girl. I'm sorry if that
Turn
was
it into a murder
somebody say
mystery or
sexist.
something. Yeah.
This
It's not about the details, it's about the journey, right? You know what's gonna happen.
what?
Yeah. You know what's gonna happen.
It's not about the details. It's about the journey. Is that? Not,
In other words, you know the plot,
yeah,
right?
I get. I it's not
Just
about
work-
the details. It's about the journey.
It's
Is that not the same thing?
it's about
Aren't the details part of the journey?
yeah.
So we're gonna have to. Help
We're gonna
you
have
with
to
your
work on
analogies.
this. Hold on, let's step back.
Let's just say all the movies are pretty much end up the same. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I mean though.
Yeah.
The details the details are different.
Then what? The journey?
The journey's the same.
All right. This
Yeah.
you're putting me in a bad mood.
The problem with me is I'll ask her to put on a regular. I'm like, can we watch a regular movie? And she'll put it on, and I'll fall asleep. And she's like, that's why.
Well, then
That-
you lose all your credibility.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got to
And so
stay.
fall asleep.
I'll fall asleep, and she'll just turn back to a Christmas movie.
All right. If she says, all right, we'll watch what you want to watch. What are you watching?
I like. You remember To Catch a Predator?
Yeah.
Well, he has a new channel called True Blue.
You're taking your work home with you at this
And
point, right?
he does more of that stuff. In fact, he did some here in Blount County.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, we're going to talk to a guy here in a little bit that is the one that got him in here to do it.
Oh, really?
Really?
You didn't know that.
I didn't know
I was going
that.
to save that for you but that's
Ooh.
I love watching that kind of stuff. I like crime, mystery dramas, but
Yeah.
I like series. Blacklist, man. I love Blacklist.
I got to Blacklist, and I'm not, in case anybody hasn't seen it. When he started losing things, I lost interest.
Yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to be the guy, and
Right.
I don't like stuff being taken away. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
You ever seen Blacklist?
I haven't.
It's
Oh,
with
Blake.
what's that
James
guy's name?
Spader.
Yes, James Spader.
James
Did you ever
Spader.
see Boston Legal? Remember that
I've
show?
never seen. No, I've
Didn't
never
see
seen
it.
Boston
Oh,
Legal.
that's a great show. It's him and the Star Trek guy, William Shatner.
Yeah, he played in The Office for a season or two.
Yeah,
He
I
was the
remember
boss.
that.
He took.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had long hair or something back then. Okay, yeah.
You know, it's one show I've never gotten into. Is
Oh
Office.
my gosh, I watched it like
Yeah.
season start to finish, like
You've seen them
4 or
all?
5
You've
times.
seen it.
Oh yeah, that and Parks and Recreation.
Parks and
I've
Rec.
never. I want to watch Park and Recreation
God.
because of Ron Swanson.
Oh man, he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's I just. And
That's a good character.
I've never watched an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Not
but I've seen
one?
clips of him.
Dang.
Do you watch them?
I've seen them. We know 20 years ago when they came out. I can't believe you hadn't seen any
I've
of them.
rewatched that 2 or 3 times too.
Dude, I immerse myself in novels, reading, educating myself. All right, what about a movie?
I just anything that not too vulgar. Yeah, I don't. I got little kids at home still, and so I make them come down there with me. But I like suspense kind of stuff, and I like a good comedy.
Oh, I do like a good comedy.
Yeah, I like
the
a
bad
good
thing
comedy.
is good comedies are so vulgar you can't watch them with.
Yeah, I know. I
Sometimes,
don't like
yeah.
rom-coms. I don't like these dramas. I like.
Are we talking comedy like back in the day, Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah, I love
Oh,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff, man.
Oh man, now that's a good
Friday.
classic go-to.
I love Friday.
See, Friday I never got into.
Oh God, I
That's
love it.
hilarious.
Yeah. The Rush Hour movies.
The Rush Hour movies are great.
Yeah.
The Rush Hour movies are underrated.
They are underrated.
And
Chris Tucker was underrated, and how he's kind of
what happened? Didn't he have some kind of issue
I
that
don't know.
made him fall out?
No, I don't know that this is true, but I heard that he refused to curse anymore in movies. All the roles they gave
really?
him because
Chris
of his
Tucker's
kids.
the guy that
Because
cursed
of all of his kids. I heard that. And so he just kind of quit doing some of the bigger
fire truck.
movies.
You never know what you're going to get around here. We've got live action. Had the lady walk by earlier. You didn't say anything about the lady.
No.
You see the lady
No,
walk
I
right
didn't
behind
see
you?
her.
Oh, yeah, that's great. With the windows being open, man, there's sometimes people just stop by. Can you see in here?
No, probably not. And it's usually they have a sign like "I love Jacob" or something.
That's
They'll
what
hold
I was
up
about to say.
signs and-
This needs to be more like Good Morning America,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
my
it
many
does.
fans could
Yeah.
be
Maybe
sitting
maybe we need to
back
put like a
here.
little gate out
Yeah.
there, and we'll go there and
Yeah.
interview
Yeah, I mean, I'll
people.
sign autographs
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
It's
That's
a
it.
real. I
What was
try
that?
to be.
What was that MTV show where they did that? Do you remember that? Total Request Live or something?
TRL.
Yeah,
TRL,
that's it.
yeah, yeah.
And they'd be
Yeah.
out there with the signs.
Carson
You
Daly.
know? Yes. Yeah, that was
Oh
it.
man, that's
Yeah.
back in our day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just told you that we're old, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We just kind of gave that away.
Yeah. Nobody's fooled.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they're
Well, I mean,
they're here, they're not.
I did
I'm
have
not
hair at
fooling
one point.
anybody, Adam.
I know everybody
I'm
thinks
not
that I'm
either.
23, but
Look, I'm telling you, I'm the old man at the department. When I started there, I thought, I'll never be that guy. Now I'm the old man.
You're
now.
that guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
how long have you been there?
January will be 27 years.
Really?
I started there. Yeah, I started January of 1998. I moved down here from Michigan in December of 97. I started at the police department in January of 98 and then in the jail. Back when we had a jail at the city.
All right, that's what I was going to ask you. I'm glad you said that. So you started at the city jail.
I did.
Boy, that's how long has the city jail been? When did they move it in with the county?
Oh, I don't know. Well over a decade ago.
Did you go
I
in
guess it
there?
was when they built the. Was it when they-
Whenever they built that, they got rid of ours.
well, that's been 20 years ago.
It may
It's
have
been a long time.
It may have been.
Do you remember the city jail?
I think we did a little tour, if I remember right.
We only
Did y'all
held
do that?
like 25 inmates.
Yeah, we'd go in and look
done.
around, or I
trying to
remember
think, where
going in
was
there.
it?
Okay, so the backside of City Hall.
Yep.
If you're looking at the backside of City Hall on the right, there used to be a fence right there, and it had
Yeah.
a barbed wire over it, and that's where we'd let them outside that back door.
Yeah, I
There
remember
used to be a
that.
steel back door back there, and then the police department was here right next to it. And now
Gosh, that's
that's
Yeah.
like accounting offices and stuff, and then fire department's right next to that.
How long have you been in the what I'm gonna say new building over by Depot Park?
Man, I'm terrible. I think was it built in 2008?
Is it that old?
That seems like a long time ago.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I'm surprised too.
That's
yeah.
16 years ago.
Okay, well maybe it's not been that long ago.
No, maybe it. I mean,
Maybe.
that's-
I don't.
If you told me any date, I would
because you know
believe it.
we went from City Hall into like the old post office where the Board of Education is
Yeah.
now. We went there for a while upstairs, and that was.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was when I first went on the road. We were up there, and then
Were you upstairs? Who was
we were
downstairs?
upstairs. Downstairs was part of the school on the other side.
Huh.
So we had like you walked in, we had like a receptionist down there, and then upstairs was the police department.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. And then you went from there to the new building.
To the new building.
I
yeah.
say new, however old it is.
Well,
the newest.
the left side is new. The investigation side is the old building.
Do you miss getting to arrest people?
No, actually, I actually arrested somebody just a few years ago at Publix. I got into it with him in the parking lot, man. I
What?
just
Whoa, what do you
You
mean?
know, I was off
what happened?
duty.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Were you off duty?
I already had my badge tucked in, and you know I had my shirt untucked, covering my gun. I was like, I'm done for the day, and I went
Yeah.
in there to get some groceries.
Yeah.
And I heard this guy walking through, and he was like talking out of his head, and then I seen the manager following him, and some lady there knew me. She's like, Adam, this guy in here, he's screaming and cussing at people outside. So I went out there, and I called you. I said, hey, you just sent me a marked unit over here. You know, I drive a pickup truck. And I was like, send me a marked unit over here. I said, I think we're going to have some problems out of this guy. And I'm talking to him. Meantime, he's screaming and cussing and hollering at me.
Just
And
randomly.
so my handcuffs now are not on me. They're in my car on my console. So I'm going to my car to get my handcuffs. I got all these groceries in my hand. And when he goes there, he comes out of the parking lot like, he goes, let's go,
No,
mother.
no, he
And so
didn't.
I was like,
He was
all
ready.
right. And I just threw my groceries down and then we went at it, and then Joey come up there, and we got him in hand, and I held him there till Joey got there, and we got him in handcuffs.
So you took him down.
Took him to jail.
takedown.
Yeah. Well, I was holding him against the wall, and people were filming it and calling it as an altercation. And
Did he know you were a police officer?
yeah, I took my badge out and said, "Hey, Coleman, please." He's
And that
like,
didn't-
"I don't give a."
That didn't matter.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
He was, we have a huge mental health crisis.
Has it gotten worse, mental health?
Yeah, it is. Because, well, there's just there's not a lot of help out there. There's no place to really go to send them, and we have some good counseling services in town, but it's just becoming a bigger issue nationwide.
Starting next year, what's your first thing you got coming up?
Let's see. We'll January we'll try to take off just because, after that it's going to get busy. February we'll start it. We'll try to do another coffee with a cop, and basically coffee with a cop is exactly what it sounds like. We usually get with a coffee shop or a business or something and advertise it. Come in there. The only thing we ask is whatever business hosts it, they just supply the coffee, and people just come in there, and there's no agenda. We'll have officers in there. They can just sit down, talk to them, ask them any questions if they want to ask them, and drink a cup of coffee. And we're going to try to start doing 2 of those a year. We did 1 this past year. Believe it or not, our biggest one we ever had was at a dentist office. We advertised for that thing, and we had it. And there was 40, 50 people showed up to that thing.
At the dentist office.
And on a Saturday when they're closed. But the whole neighborhood would come over there and sat there and drank coffee with us, and we had a great time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh. I'd love I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but you're more welcome to have one at the bank.
Heck yeah, we'll do one. You give me the date sometime in February.
And I'll do you one better than coffee. I'll have you popcorn too.
Okay, well that's my downfall, man. That's my death row meal.
Look, I got a question though. Is there a limit, a certain amount of business you have to do before? Sometimes my kids are they're coming out double fisting drinks and they, wanting popsicles and all this. I'm like, well, I didn't really do anything at the bank today. Do you have to screen?
You'd be surprised how many people come into the bank daily to get a cup of coffee and a bag of popcorn, and they'll walk in,
Not
get a cup
doing
of coffee,
anything.
get a bag, wave at everybody, and leave. Which is fine. That's what it's there for. I'm not complaining one bit. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
start
want them
doing
to do.
that.
No, I don't want you to do
I
it.
keep wondering, man, I bet I can't imagine, but I just imagine Paul or somebody there, you got somebody watching, okay, are they at least putting a deposit in or something, before?
Yeah. Paul's the popcorn monitor.
Hey, every once in a while I'll stop at the theater and I just park, run in there, grab me a large popcorn, take it home.
Really?
Oh man,
Extra butter?
Yeah. Oh, this is what I tell them.
Yeah.
I want butter in the middle.
Ooh, yeah.
And I
You're
said,
layering that.
and then I want you to put it.
Oh, yeah.
And when you think you put enough butter on there,
Give me another.
put some more.
You don't say that.
Yeah.
Do you say
yeah.
that too?
I said just when you think you've put enough,
When you think-
put more on there.
Oh, yeah. And I hate to be rude,
Wow.
but they'll hand you the bag. It's like, I'm sorry, I asked
That's
for
not-
butter.
They're
I didn't
stingy.
ask for just
They're
a little.
stingy with the butter.
Yes. Used to not be.
Listen, I noticed this in Michigan. When we go up there and we go to the movies, number one, it's cheaper to go to the movies up there.
Why?
I don't know. And your butter and everything is all self-service,
That
man.
was 30 years ago. Of course it was cheaper.
No. I go now.
Oh.
I know. I go now. Their butter is self-service. You go over and you put your own butter on, man.
Really?
You
Yeah.
fill my bag up halfway,
Yeah.
and then you go over to the butter machine,
Yeah.
you put it on there, and then you take it back. They'll fill it back up. Oh, it's great.
I laugh every time I walk up and say, I want a Coke and give me I'll usually get peanut M&Ms and then I want some popcorn. What size, sir? I said, look at me. Do you think that I need a small? So give me that big bag and put a bunch of butter on it.
See, I'm a cheapo. We'll go to the Dollar Tree, and I make the kids get candy there.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take your own candy.
Yeah.
I know. And then I bring gallon-sized Ziploc bags, and I put them in my wife's purse, and I would get a large popcorn, and we pour it in the bags. I go back there and refill that thing for free. And
You tightwad.
I am a tightwad, man.
Oh, I haven't heard that. That's good.
No,
There's
that's the way to
something
go.
about there's
That's the
something
way to
about going to the movies where you have the bag of popcorn, either that or the bucket. I'm okay with the bucket, but the box candy. I like the box candy.
You like it in
at
the box.
movies.
Yeah.
You know it's loud, but it's no louder than a crinkly bag.
Yeah.
Hey, you can get box candy at Dollar Tree. It's $1.25.
Now, all right. One more thing, and we'll let you go. Talking about public speaking, you do a lot of it. Do you enjoy? Let me start it this way: the thing that I hate except I don't pray in public. I can't tell you why.
Man, I'm the worst. I can't.
You
do
can
it.
call me out of a crowd and say, I need you to speak on this subject, me not know what it is, and I don't mind that a bit. But if you call me to pray, I will say no. And I will just turn somebody. I can't tell you why. I just can't do it, and I don't know. It's just a mental block.
No, they asked me to do it at the council meeting last month or the month before, and I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean, it's important to pray, but for me, I don't know. For some reason, I think I sound like an idiot when I'm praying out in public. I'll bring our chaplain coordinator with me to every council meeting if we have to, and let him do our prayer. But
I can pray in private. I can pray with my family before we eat. Those kind of things. But just and I don't know why.
I don't know either.
It's just what you said. It's something about it. I don't feel like I'm saying what I should.
Right. Like I'm. People are thinking like, what's this guy really?
Well, because I just when I pray, I'm not going into the old English to speak.
I would like to hear that, actually. The King James
now, Chief
version.
Duncan did it recently, and man, his was short and sweet. He got it done with.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. It was great.
There's nothing that I gets me more frustrated when you'll have some that'll pray and want to basically do a sermon with their prayer.
Yeah.
It's just let's pray, say what you got to say, and get done. Thank the Lord. Let's move on. Something else I hate is I hate introducing myself in public. If you have to stand up and say your name and what you do, I hate that.
What if you have to wait till you're going around the room? Like there's 30 people.
Oh,
yeah.
If we do that, I like to be one of the first one or two to go.
Yeah, you want to be the first.
Yeah.
First.
I tell you what, you come to the next Secret Service. They put on these every quarter. They have Secret Service things. Big meetings down in Birmingham. Bankers are allowed to come. They talk about different fraud cases and stuff. They have education classes, and there may be 75 people there. Everybody in the room gets up there and introduces themselves and
I hate that.
Says if they have anything. You can just come to the next one with us. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll buy you lunch.
It won't be worth it to have to sit there and say you'll have to wait.
Hey, you learn some good information down there, though, man. Them guys are smart.
I bet.
Secret Service works so well with us, man. They really do.
I'd be more comfortable if you said, "Hey, you got to give a presentation." Okay, I can do that. Then have to get up there and say who you are and what. I can't stand that. At all these banking schools I used to go to, you'd have to stand up and say what you did.
What are you thinking when it's like your way? Are you even hearing what anybody else is saying? If you're number 10 in line, what are you doing at that time? Are you just standing there? Adam, what do you do? Are you like? What's going on in your brain?
Yeah,
at
I'm
that
thinking
point?
how far do I go into this? Do I tell them, I have 3 kids and or 4 kids?
You're like coming up with your story,
or do I just kind of give them the Cliff Notes version and sit back down?
Yeah,
I hate it because a lot of these things that I went to, the last one I went, I'd been made president, and they'd go around the room and I was the only president of a bank there, and it was awkward because as soon as it came out of my mouth, you saw them turn and go, "Why are you here?" And it's like I need to learn just like everybody else in here. It's just a title that I don't know.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I don't like those things. Anyway.
I don't trust anybody that does like that. If you're one of these
that comes
that's
up
like,
and tells me
I can't wait
who they are and what they do and their title.
You don't trust them, do you?
I
Straight away,
don't like them, period.
It's a strike.
Oh, it's strike 3.
If it's a small, intimate room, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If there's only like 6 or 7 of us in a little class or something, I can do it. But if it's like there's like 25 people,
25,
in there, and you're like, oh god,
and you're number 20.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're like. First of all, everybody has a better life than me, and they make more money than me.
That's what you're thinking. That's what's
There's all kind of stuff that you think through that.
Start comparing yourself.
Man, yeah. Okay,
this
guy's an engineer. Oh,
yeah, crap. I'm gonna make something up.
I don't. In those, unless they make you tell if they say, tell us your name and what you do, I'm a banker. I'm Jacob Mullins. I'm a banker from Coleman. If you can get by with that, I'm okay. they make you expound on it, that's when I'm just, ugh.
What was it in the office? Michael Scott says says Ryan always said when you go to the bar, you meet a girl, tell them you're in finance, and the girl asked him, she says, "What do you do?" He said, "I'm a bank teller."
I'm a big teller.
He's like, Ryan always told me to tell him I'm in finance.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. A bank teller's a fun job. You get to see.
I was a bank teller in Michigan.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
What else did you do in Michigan? You did all kinds of stuff in Michigan.
So I started when I was 15. I started working at, it's called Thrifty Drugs. It was basically like some friends of ours owned it. It was like a little pharmacy, but I stocked like the beer and the liquor and all the drinks, and we sold lottery tickets, and that's kind of what it was.
Like a fun pharmacy.
I did that when I was 15, and then I worked at a flower shop. A friend of ours owned it, and I'd clean up in there, and I'd mow his yard and stuff, and then I got the job at bank. It started as Genesee Bank, and then went to First National Bank of Detroit when I worked there, and then I left there and moved down here.
Now I know why you don't like introducing yourself. You got so many things you could say.
I don't say all that.
Banker.
I worked at Food World for 3 days and got the job at the police department. Said, "Okay, I'm done here."
Food World. Gosh, I forgot about Food World.
Yeah.
Then they went through the big renovation. I don't think anybody ever went in it after that. Are you a Wolverine fan?
Man, yeah. Hey, listen, I'd still tell Joey, "Hey, man, we're still the national champions. Until somebody wins it this year, we're terrible. We have no quarterback." Oh no, I'm
it's a
telling
rough
you,
season.
Somebody sold their soul for Michigan football last year. The Lions were good.
Right.
Michigan was great. The Lions are fantastic again this year. I mean, I love all Detroit sports.
So you're a Tigers fan?
Oh yeah, I love the Tigers, man.
Let's say Detroit.
They made the playoffs. They were like next to last in August, and they come back.
How'd they do it? They came back, yeah.
Yeah, and then they lost, I think in the second round of the playoffs.
What's the hockey team?
Red Wings.
Is it the Red Wings?
Yeah. I actually have a picture of me and one of their old goalies back from I guess it would be late '80s. Greg Stefan. I got a big picture of me and him where I'd met him, and he signed Remember Sergei Fedorov and Steve Yzerman and all them when they won all the championships. Gordie Howe was a big.
Gordie Howe.
He was the most famous. Yeah.
Did you ever play hockey?
Yeah, I've never played like organized hockey, but we played. We played ice hockey. We played roller hockey. We played floor hockey. Yeah, just all friends getting together, and every Sunday, like on Sundays, we go up to this gym and play floor hockey.
That sounds pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have to skate?
No, you're on the gym floor. You're on your feet.
Okay.
You're just running back and forth, but it gets a little heated sometimes.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you got them sticks swinging and people running into each other, trying to knock each other down, and
probably not wearing.
And they're Yankees
no
too.
helmets, huh?
Yankees.
Yeah.
I guess you can say that.
Yeah, they are. Well, we're a different breed sometimes.
You've been down here long enough. I don't know if you even fall into that.
Still, I go up north. Everybody thinks I talk like, Southern, but it's down here. People are like, you still sound like a Yankee.
I don't think so. I really don't hear it.
Okay.
I never would have known that.
Yeah, and born and raised, man.
You hear it?
Yeah,
A little bit.
I've actually
because you're wearing the headphones.
That's it.
I've actually been on here now longer than I was up there. So,
hey.
Yeah.
So you're a carpetbagger. Isn't that? There's a carpet.
I think that's got a totally different meaning, brother.
Oh, please. There's a carpetbagger and a scalawag. That was after the Civil War. Scalawag was the ones that went from the south to the north, and the carpetbaggers the ones that went from north to the south.
What they say, like Yankees are like hemorrhoids. If they go down if they come down and go back up, they're fine. If they come down and stays when they're a problem, right?
And you know what? That is the perfect way to end this interview. Adam, thank you.
Hey, no problem, man. Anytime. I really enjoy this kind of stuff.
Again, try to keep you 15. We're on an hour and a half now. That's at 30 minutes after I said we were going to quit the last time. But thank you. And we'll get you back here shortly as long as you'll come back and see us.
Man, anytime.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Michael, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.